question 13 is on proportion. So the first thing I do with questions like this is look at the wording of the question and highlight the most important things you need to remember. So that would include the letters and what they mean. So we've got a V and an H. So V is the meters per second of a pebble being thrown, and H is the maximum height. Also the type of proportion. So here it says H is directly proportional to V squared. So as it's direct proportion, we're going to have H is directly proportional to something, and it's directly proportional to V squared. So it looks like that. This just means that H is equal to some number times V squared. Let me just call that some number K. So it's going to look like that. So our expression is going to look H equals something times V squared. What we need to work out is what is the number I multiply V squared by to get H. So we've been given in part A some information that might help us. So it says that given that a pebble is thrown with initial velocity of 10 meters per second, so our initial velocity is V, so we're being told V is equal to 10, and reaches a maximum height of 5. So our maximum height we called H, so we know H is going to be equal to 5. Find an expression for H in terms of V. So if we plug these numbers into our expression here, we would get 5 equals something times V squared, so something times 10 squared. So that gives us 5 equals, well 10 squared is 100, so 5 equals 100 K, which means to work out K, all I do is divide both sides by 100, which gives me K equals 5 over 100, which I can simplify by dividing both top and bottom by 5 to be 1 over 20, or as a decimal that would be 0.05. Okay, so I now know my K is 0.05, which means I can take this value and put it into here for my final expression, which is H equals 0.05 V squared. So we've got our expression. Now we're going to have to use it. So we're now being told to calculate the maximum height reached when the pebble is thrown with an initial velocity of 12 meters per second. So we now know V is equal to 12. So we want to know the height. So H equals, we're just getting this from part A, 0.05 times V squared. I know my V then is 12, so 0.05 times 12 squared, which is 0.05 times 144, which is 7.2 meters. So all these questions in every paper follow the similar pattern where B is a slightly nicer one to work out. C will be a little bit trickier, so we're probably going to have to work out V given a certain height. So we're now told that the maximum height is 16. So again, H equals 0.05 V squared. So I put my H into this, I get 16 equals 0.05 times V squared. So I need to get the V by itself, so I'm going to have to divide both sides by 0.05 to get rid of this. So I'd get 16 divided by 0.05 equals V squared, so I've just divided both sides by 0.05. Well, 16 divided by 0.05 is 320, so V squared equals 320. So to get V by itself, I just square root both sides, so I get V equals the square root of 320, which at 2 decimal places is 17.89 meters per second.